And welcome back. This is Microsoft Virtual Academy. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Well, I'm getting started with Template 10, Darren.
You must be doing well then.
It's all about behaviors right now. We're talking about what ships in the library and you can use. We are specifically talking about which behavior?
It is the ellipsis behavior.
Yes. Little wordplay here. The ellipsis, the ... that comes on the command bar, not to be confused with an ellipse or a circle.
Well, you just doomed yourself to say it now.
Now I'll say it. Well, I wanted to just say it out loud so I didn't have to
Get the demon out there.
This is an extension behavior, which means instead of invoking actions, it's actually increasing the capabilities of an existing control, specifically meant for the command bar, also useful in Template 10's page header, which derives from the command bar. What is it solving? What's the problem? Well, it turns out that if you put secondary commands into a command bar, they drop down and you can hit the ellipsis and it will show those secondary commands. You can put primary commands in the command bar and you must hit the ellipsis in order to see the label of those buttons as well. But what if you don't have any secondary commands? What if you don't have secondary commands or primary commands? Wouldn't it be nice if that ellipsis did not show itself?
So the question you might ask is, well, why are you using a command bar if you don't have primary commands or secondary commands? And that's because command bars can also host content.
That's right.
And we're using that to host the page title.
That's right.
In the page header.
Depending on the usage scenario for your application, the buttons that you put in primary or secondary might actually go away, depending on what's going on. And so now you have this ellipsis that sort of leads the user to click it, but nothing happens.
You think there's more there, and you click on it, nothing happens. It gets a little bit deeper, and it's like, what's that doing?
So along comes the ellipsis behavior to solve this problem for us.
Da-da-da.
Adding the ellipsis behavior onto the page header or onto the command bar gives you one new property called visibility with 3 possible values: visible, collapsed, and auto. Tell me the difference between those 3.
Well, visible is pretty self-evident. Means the ellipsis is visible. Collapsed, again, pretty self-evident.
Which ellipsis visible is the default, basically.
Yes. Collapsed would mean that it's permanently hidden. And auto, it's going to apply some logic to determine whether it should be visible or not. That's
right. So it will hide and show depending on what's going on.
Yep.
That's exactly right. It's a vector collection that holds the primary and secondary buttons inside a command bar. So we're able to listen to it and respond to those being added and removed as well. We are not able, I don't believe, does it listen to the visibility change of those? I don't think so. I think it adds, it just only listens to the added and removed.
So there'd be a lot of overhead then, because you'd have to subscribe to a lot of events inside there.
Yeah, that's right. It does when it checks them, it looks to see if they're visible first, but that's the only part of it. So anyway, this solves a common problem that a lot of developers just don't know how to solve.
Yeah.
The way you do it, by the way, is you use the visual tree to find the ellipsis container and apply a visibility to it, and everything works nice.
You're using Visual Tree Helper and the ability to find child and so on.
That's right. Okay, so I have Visual Studio open, and I just want to kind of show you how to implement this. So if you were to look at my page, in fact, let me switch over to Designer just for a second and show you what this looks like. It's just a simple page with a header at the top, and you can see here, right there, that the ellipsis is present, and I don't want it to be. One thing of note, behaviors do not execute inside the designer. So as I apply this, I'll need to run it so you can see what's going on. So here it is. I will uncomment this out. And as we spoke before, the visibility is visible. That's the default value. That's not what we want. I'll set it to auto instead, but you can see all 3 are available to me. If I run it, I'll get the same look, except for the ellipsis will be absent.
That was close.
Yes. Uh-oh, it's present.
We have content.
Because there's content right here. That's exactly right. So it's actually doing the right thing.
It is.
Because if I had hidden it, it wouldn't have. Yes, that's right. So I set it to auto. That is to be smart logic. Now I can put dumb logic and say collapse. That's right. And when I do, it will no longer make those secondary commands available to me, which is sort of hilarious in its own right. But you can see that it works properly. So that's great. And there might be a reason for you to hide those. Can't imagine a scenario. Maybe they're admin-only sort of commands or something crazy like that.
Yep.
But that is the ellipsis behavior, all of it wrapped up and encapsulated to extend the command bar and, as a result, the derived page header so that you can hide and show the ellipsis depending on what your design needs inside your application. So that's the ellipsis behavior. Good luck.